Yo, 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 another guitar lesson here. Today we're going to focus on the right hand. So, many people, many students, including myself when I first started playing guitar, a lot of the focus ends up being on the left hand. Because if you watch a guitar player, there's a lot going on over there. But this lesson, we're going to deal with the right hand and how important it is to develop your right hand. I know a lot of times with students, depending on where you are, if you're a beginner or if you're, maybe intermediate, missing strings is it's a real drag. It can be real frustrating when you're playing and you're getting into something and then you start missing strings with the right hand. And when you hone in your right hand, not only are you hitting the right string more consistently, you're also developing your tone because you just have more control over the striking of the string, how hard you're hitting it, how soft, your dynamics. There's a lot going on. So in this lesson, we're just going to go over a few exercises that are going to help you develop your right hand. And I want you to get a metronome. If you don't have one, there's a Google metronome. You can just type in Google. I've got my Pro metronome here, and I got it set at 70 BPMs. So I'm going to show you the first one I want you to work on. And we're just going to focus on one string at a time. And the main thing we want to focus on, beginners typically only just do down strokes. But this exercise is going to get us to do alternate picking, down, up, okay? So we'll just start on the E string, and we'll do eighth notes. So we're killing two birds with one stone here. We're working on our right hand, but we're also honing in our rhythm. So honing in your eighth notes. So eighth notes are going to be 2 notes per beat, per sounded beat here. So the sounding beat is 70 BPMs. So the eighth note's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So every down pick is going to be on the beat. Every up pick is going to be on the off beat, which is not sounded. That's something you have to feel and locate on your own. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, the down picking's on the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is just the E string. Now let's go to the A string. And I'm not moving my arm much at all. The hand, but mostly just the thumb and the first finger. It's really small motions here, so we don't want our whole arm moving. We'll go to the D string. A little bit of wrist motion, but not too much. And just try to keep the strokes as short as possible here. And then we'll go to the G string. So we're really honing in, it's more of a subtle kind of thing. We're refining. And the reason it's hard to do this is because we're not used to moving in this small distances. This is often why we miss strings or we overshoot some strings. Go to the B string. And each string's got a little bit of a different feel to it because it's in a different location. And let's go to the E now, the high E. And then we'll stop. So that's a great exercise. Now you can just stay with one string for a while. You don't have to move like I did, but I just wanted to show you. You do want to eventually do all 6 strings one at a time. And then you can play around with tempos, obviously. I just started at 70, but after you do that for a while and you're really grooving, feeling the rhythm, then maybe try to go to 80 or 75, or maybe slow it down. It's up to you. Just try different tempos and challenge yourself in that kind of way. Another exercise is going to be doing down, up, but we're just going to only do once on each string. So it's going to be like this. E string, and then A string, so it's going to look like this. Down, up, come back, down, up, up. This is just an alternate picking exercise. So if you watch me play the pentatonic scale, this is the same motion I'll be using. Just going up and down, or down, up. It's kind of mimicking that. So if you're at a plateau of speed, it might be because of your right hand, because if you're only doing down picking, look how fast my right hand's moving just to do that. Now watch it. It's still moving pretty quick, I guess, but it's much easier. You can go twice as fast because you're picking twice the amount of times in the same distance covered because you're coming back, right? So let's try that one with the metronome set at 70 as well. So we'll just start on the E string, go down and come back. So it's just going to look like this. 2, 3, 4. And I would encourage you to watch your right hand while you do this. Eventually you won't have to, but when you're learning and when you're cultivating new skills, really important that you watch your right hand. You got to know, I mean, your ears will probably tell you if you're hitting the wrong strings, but if you're new to the guitar, it might be hard to hear that. So that's another exercise. And then really, those two should last you quite a while. The only other thing that's a really good exercise would be picking two adjacent strings and staying inside of them and not coming outside of them. So for example, if I'm on the E string, I'm only up picking the E string and I'm down picking the A string. Okay? And this is going to get you that shorter stroke. And there's a lot of things, you know, this is that kind of thing. You're going, I'm just staying in between the strings. And you can do that with any adjacent strings. And, you know, using a metronome while you do it. Cultivate the rhythm. So, yeah, anyway, these are just some really basic picking exercises that I still do. I work on this stuff. I just do it at different tempos and work on different rhythms with it. So, there's a lot of rhythms you can practice while you're doing this. And I hope this lesson helps, and hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.